this is the pharmacodynamics, and there the kinetics is producing the concentration. In other words, अगर हम कहें कि connection between the kinetics and dynamics is something like it is the concentration which is being made, and this is what is forming a linking bridge between the dose and the effect. Now, when we take the drug, our basic objective is that we want that the drug should produce the desired effect in the body. Basically, this drug targets certain protein elements in the body, which are protein in nature, which we call as the body control system. These control systems, they control almost all the functions of the body, all the different cells in the body, and these are the main targets for the drug action. So the targets right in front of your screen, the targets for drug action are receptors, ion channels, and carrier molecules. Now all of these, they are the protein targets for the drug action. So we'll be taking them one by one. First of all, we should be talking few words about the receptors. Receptor आपका from your previous knowledge of physiology, you know that these are the sensing elements in the system of chemical communication that coordinates the function of all the different cells in the body. The chemical messengers क्या है इसके अंदर? Could be various hormones, could be certain transmitters, and could be other mediators. ठीक है? So these are the sensing elements. यानी कोई भी chemical message जो जिनको आता है, they sense it and then they respond accordingly, and in that way they are controlling the different functions in the of different cells, of all the cells in the body. Then we have the ion channels. You all must have studied in your physiology that the ion channels are once again, आप लोगों ने पीछे physiology में भी पढ़ा होगा, क्या है? Ligand gated ion channels, right? Then we have voltage gated ion channels, and then we have calcium release channels. अब ligand gated channels में आपने वहीं पर पढ़ा होगा कि इनके अंदर क्या होता है? They incorporate a receptor, and the channel opens only when the agonist drug binds to that receptor. So binding of the ligand or binding of agonist is mandatory for the opening up of the ligand gated channel. Then we have voltage gated channel. The word is very clear. Here the opening and closing of the channel is going to be run by the translocation of the ions. और translocation किसकी हो रही होती है? Sodium and potassium की. Translocation of sodium and potassium, in other words, an transmembrane potential is being generated. So this transmembrane potential changes are responsible for the resting and then inactivated or active state of the channel. आप लोगों ने फिजियोलॉजी के अंदर बहुत डिटेल में वो जो एक पूरी पिक्चर तस्वीर लगा सोडियम चैनल्स के, वो कैसे रेस्टिंग में आते हैं, कैसे एक्टिवेटेड फेज है, कैसे इनर गेट एंड आउटर गेट, ये सारे का सारा आप बेटे पीछे पढ़ के आए हुए हैं, एंड वी नीड नॉट टू गो इनटू द डिटेल्स ऑफ ऑल दैट. Then I told you that third type is the calcium release channels. Now they are present basically and on the endoplasmic or sarcoplasmic reticulum rather than the plasma membrane. ठीक है? और ये mainly कौन से हैं? Calcium related IP3 and ryanodine receptors. So this is a special class of again ligand gated calcium channels. They control the release of calcium from the intra ATP concentration falls, and because the cell is short of nutrient, and then they get stimulated and they lead to the release of insulin, right? Then we have studied, you must have studied the calcium activated potassium channels. इनका भी काम जो है ये क्या है कि जब भी पोटाशियम कैल्शियम की कंसंट्रेशन इंक्रीज होगी, दे आर द वन विच आर गोइंग टू लीड टू द हाइपरपोलराइजेशन ऑफ द मेम्ब्रेन. is that they are interacting with the receptor site uh, or of the ligand gated channel or with the other parts of the channel molecule. So this interaction could be direct, could be involving some intermediates in it. Like अगर हम बिल्कुल कहें कि सादी बात में तो simplest क्या है, जैसे कि हमारा local anesthetic है, ठीक है. This simply is going to get attached onto the voltage gated channel, sodium channel. The drug molecule जो है वो plug कर देगा and the channel will physically block कर देगा, ठीक है. कुछ channels जो हैं they are doing it indirectly, that is they are binding to the accessory sites. ये भी आप लोगों ने फिजियोलॉजी में सारी की सारी डिटेल पढ़ी हुई है, जहाँ पर आपने पढ़ा होगा कि कुछ दवाइयाँ जो हैं वो डायरेक्टली चैनल को डायरेक्टली बाइंड नहीं करती, लेकिन एक्सेसरी साइट्स जो हैं चैनल प्रोटीन की दे बाइंड देयर एंड दे प्रोड्यूस देयर इफेक्ट्स. दिस will be studying in detail once we will be doing the systemic portion. वहाँ पर जैसे हम benzodiazepines पढ़ेंगे तो वहाँ पर आपको बताया जाएगा कि benzodiazepine जो है they bind to a region of the gamma aminobutyric acid receptor chloride complex which is distinct from GABA. GABA आपको पता है कि it is a one of these neurotransmitter, inhibitory neurotransmitter, right? So uski site and site of action of benzodiazepine, they are different. So there are many other examples. Right now going into the detail of those examples that will confuse you further. Then the action of the target, another target for the drug action is the enzyme, right? So with the enzyme we know that it is the drug molecule जो है it's a substrate analog that acts as a competitive inhibitor of the enzyme and it is going to inhibit the enzyme either reversibly or irreversibly. So this is what is the enzyme. Then comes the carrier molecules. Ab carrier molecules we discussed it while we were discussing the solute carriers. Then we discussed it yesterday while I was discussing with you the excretion of the drugs, excretion of the glomerular filtration rate के बाद हमने active tubular secretion की, वहाँ पर carriers का role आया, ठीक है. So that is the same thing happens that there are sometimes the ions and the small organic molecules, they require a carrier. Why they require a carrier? Because these are too polar to cross the membrane. So and these are, that is they are less lipid soluble, so they require some carrier to penetrate. ना वो कैरियर जैसे अब आपने प्रॉक्सिमल फिजियोलॉजी में आप पढ़ के आए हैं कि प्रॉक्सिमल टिब्यूल में आपका क्या चीज़ है, ग्लूकोज ट्रांसपोर्ट हो रही है, अमाइनो एसिड्स ट्रांसपोर्ट हो रहे हैं, ठीक है. सो ऑल these they require a carrier. Then you must have studied के जो एसिटाइल कोलिन की जो प्रोडक्शन ऑफ एसिटाइल कोलिन के कैसे बनती है. कोलिन जो है it is being actively entering, it is actively taken up by a carrier to start the process of formation of the acetylcholine. I hope you have all read that very nicely in the physiology, but we will be taking up in a slightly different way, that we will not be going into the details of all these their actual construction and everything, but we will be simply telling you this, that choline, once the acetylcholine is being disintegrated or termination of the activity of the transmitter is with the help of the enzyme acetylcholine esterase, or choline that is recaptured by the nerve terminal, and that recapturing by the nerve terminal is an active process. There the carrier is involved and then it happens. So this is what the role of the carrier is. So these are the ion channels, ligand gate, enzymes, ligand gated channels, and these were the receptors which I am supposed to take up. Now we have identified that the targets of the drug action Number one is receptors, number two is ion channels, number three is enzymes, and number four is the carrier molecules. So these are the various targets on which the drug is going to act and is going to modify or control the biological system or the various actions in the body, any contraction of muscle or relaxation of muscle, release of certain ions or blocking certain channels. So all these, they will be controlled by the target which has been attached or which has been attacked by the drug. So now I will take in detail the receptors. So receptors, when we say that there are different types of receptors which are present in the body, and all these, they show different type of cellular effects. Some of them, they are very rapid. For example, those which are involved in synaptic transmission. मैं देखती हूँ अगर मेरे पास उसकी, जैसे ये है, ठीक है. अब यहाँ पर आप देखें तो आपको जो पहले नंबर पे नजर आ रहा है ए, दैट दे आर बेसिकली द ligand gated ion channels. These are the one which are doing their activity very rapidly, involved in synaptic transmission. And then we have the other receptor mediated effects like production of steroid hormones, thyroid hormones, which is going to take many hours or maybe days. And in between, we have the receptors with intermediate time scales. So what I mean to say is that the receptor, once is bound by the drug, the expression of that is going to be different in every receptor depending upon the linkage which is formed. यानी एक signal transduction mechanism जिसको हम कहते हैं, that is the type of the linkage which is established once the drug is bound, that is receptor is being occupied, and the response which it is going to produce. This is what is going to show us the final expression, right? And this all depends on the molecular structure or and the nature of the linkage. यानी किस तरह का linkage जो है वो establish हुआ है, किस तरीके से receptor occupy है, and the further effects which it is executing. This is going to tell us the type of the response which we are going to see. So number one is your ligand gated ion channels. They are also known as ionotropic receptors. They are membrane proteins with an ligand binding site present in the extracellular domain. Typical on the fast neurotransmitters जैसे कि आपके एसिटाइल कोलिन निकोटिनिक रिसेप्टर mission. Then we have, अब देखें इसका जो आपको नीचे अगर नजर आ रहा हो, changes in the membrane potential or there is change in the concentration and ion constant within the cell, and then we see the intracellular फिर के आगे इफेक्ट्स जो उन्होंने एग्जीक्यूट करने हैं, ठीक है. नंबर 2 के ऊपर आप देख रहे हैं, that is G protein coupled receptors. Now basically here the membrane receptors, and they have they are linked, they are coupled to the intracellular effector system through the G protein. यानी G protein जो है बेटे वो एक go between protein है which is linking the extracellular domain and the effector system which is present intracellularly through the agency of these G proteins. So they again, it's a large family and they are the slow transmitters. जैसे कि जहाँ muscarinic receptor receptors हैं, right? Muscarinic acetylcholine receptors. Then we have alpha and beta adrenoceptors. Then we have opioid receptors. There are many which are G protein coupled. क्योंकि जब हम पढ़ेंगे तो हम आपको यही बताएंगे कि जब आपको बताया जाएगा कि जी अक्सर ये आता है कि जी सिग्नल ट्रांसडक्शन मैकेनिज्म ऑफ फॉलोइंग रिसेप्टर. Sometimes the question comes like this, that give the signal transduction mechanism of the following receptors. अब उस following receptors में ये भी हो सकता है वो आपसे कहें कि ओके मस्करीनिक रिसेप्टर, निकोटिनिक एसिटाइलकोलिन रिसेप्टर, देन ओपियोइड रिसेप्टर्स. 3-4 किस्मों के रिसेप्टर्स लिखे हुए होंगे, उसमें आपने हर रिसेप्टर को पहले बताना है कि अच्छा जी मस्करीनिक है तो कौन सा है, पहले उसकी टाइप क्या है, अच्छा ये एक्साइटेटरी है या इनहिबिटरी है, यानी नेचर ऑफ रिसेप्टर क्या है, देन लोकेशन, टिपिक, व्हाट इज द मैकेनिज्म, व्हाट इज द सिग्नल ट्रांसडक्शन, कैसे ये एग्जीक्यूट करेगा, किसको बाइंड करेगा, कौन सा चैनल ओपन करेगा, राइट, एंड व्हाट इज द अल्टीमेट इफेक्ट. दिस इज हाउ you explain a receptor. Then on the third you can see they are the enzyme linked receptors, जिनको हम kinase linked receptors भी कहते हैं. ठीक है, अब ये क्या है, basically this is again a large family and multiple, it's a heterogeneous group, यानी सारे एक जैसे नहीं है, different types के they are collected together in one group. They consist of an extracellular domain and they have, which is linked to an intracellular domain by a single transmembrane helix, right? Now this is, they are, and the intracellular domain जो इनकी है, that is again enzymic in nature with protein kinase activity or guanylate cyclase, यानी कि guanylate cyclase activity वाले भी और प्रोटीन काइनेज एक्टिविटी वाले रिसेप्टर्स भी इसी के अंदर क्लास किए जाते हैं. आप यू मस्ट हैव स्टडीड एट्रियल नाइट्रियूरेटिक रिसेप्टर्स. दे आर द वन, एट्रियल नाइट्रियूरेटिक फैक्टर के जो रिसेप्टर्स हैं, दे आर ग्वाइनोलेट साइक्लेज, उनकी जो सारी चीज़ें हैं दे आर थ्रू द ग्वाइनोलेट साइक्लेज एक्टिविटी, वेयर एज योर इंसुलिन रिसेप्टर्स दे हैव देयर एक्टिविटी थ्रू द प्रोटीन काइनेजेस. Then the fourth type is the intracellular receptors. इनको कुछ किताबों में nuclear receptor भी लिखा हुआ है. ठीक है, अब basically they are the one which regulate gene transcription. They are, the term nuclear receptor is actually misnomer. They are mostly present in the cytosol, and then once they get migrated to the nuclear compartment when the ligand is present, यानी जब बाइंडिंग होगी ligand की तो ये nuclear compartment में चले जाएंगे. They include the receptors for the steroid hormones, thyroid hormones and many others. G protein coupled receptors you must have studied in detail कि उसके अंदर what are the G proteins आपने पढ़ी होंगी कि they have their interaction, they are called G proteins because of their interaction with guanine nucleotide, यानी GTP और GDP में convert होती. ठीक है, you must have studied in detail. There are 3 subunits, alpha, beta and gamma, and there the alpha is the one which has got the enzymic activity and it is responsible for catalyzing the conversion of GTP to GDP. A beta and gamma subunits, they remain together as a complex. और ये resting state में ये alpha, beta, gamma and there is a GDP which is attached to the alpha site. They remain just like that. But once the coupled receptor is occupied by an agonist molecule, then conformational change takes place that involves, it acquires affinity, that involves and it causes it to acquire high affinity for alpha, beta and trimer. अब ये जो एसोसिएशन होगी ट्राइमर की विद द रिसेप्टर, इट विल कॉज द बाउंड जीडीपी टू बी रिप्लेस्ड बाय जीटीपी एंड दिस जीटीपी वंस, एंड जब ये रिप्लेस होगी तो इसमें इन टर्न क्या होगा, देयर इज गोइंग टू बी डिसोसिएशन of alpha GTP and beta gamma subunits. Ab these are the active G proteins. Once they have performed their activity, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कि ये यहाँ एक्टिविटी क्या उन्होंने एंजाइम चैनल को करना है, एक्टिवेशन करनी है या इनएक्टिवेशन करनी है, वॉट एवर द एक्टिविटी इज meant, that will be done, and the process now is going to be terminated by the hydrolysis. अब hydrolysis क्या होगा, GTP जो है वो दोबारा GDP में convert हो जाएगी because the alpha subunit has got the enzymic activity. Now it is going to act once, जैसे ही वो G प्रोटीन कपल्ड रिसेप्टर के साथ ये ट्राइमर की बाइंडिंग होती है, उसी वक्त ही वो अल्फा सब यूनिट जो है वो एक्टिवेट हो जाती है, उसकी GTPase एक्टिविटी. अब GTPase एक्टिविटी की वजह से this is going to be converted back to GDP, and this result, once the GDP is formed, then alpha GDP is going to bind again and will come back to its resting phase. This is how actually the GTP, the G protein coupled receptors, they have their action. We know it that there are three types of G protein: GI, GS and GQ. And then we also know this thing that once the main targets G protein के जो हैं, which is through the G protein coupled receptors जो control करता है cells को, वो कैसे है, adenylate cyclase enzyme जब होगा, whenever the action is on the adenylate cyclase enzyme, the level of the cyclic AMP will be, if there will be formation of cyclic AMP, maybe level increase, maybe level decrease. Then once phospholipase C comes into picture, then we have the second messenger as IP3 and DAG. Sometimes this G protein coupled, they are acting on the ion channel, specifically on calcium and potassium. So these are the different expressions you can say that they take place. But when now we know from this that the receptors are one of the target for the drug action. When a drug binds to the receptors, there are different expressions which are seen, that drug binding to the receptor and is able to activate them and produce a response. We call that chemical or that drug as an agonist drug. Then when the drug binds to the receptor, is not able to activate them, they produce the response, and we call such chemical or the drug as antagonist. So that means that there is a difference in the agonist and antagonist, that a drug to have its effect, it should have two properties. Number one, it should possess affinity, and number two, it should have intrinsic activity. Ab activity, okay, this is what I am talking about now. So it should have two things. Number one is affinity and number two is intrinsic activity. अब एफिनिटी क्या है? एफिनिटी का मतलब ये है कि हम इसे डिफाइन ऐसे करेंगे कि दिस इज द एबिलिटी ऑफ द ड्रग टू कंबाइन विद द रिसेप्टर टू फॉर्म अ ड्रग रिसेप्टर कॉम्प्लेक्स. इसको हम बोलेंगे कि दिस इज एफिनिटी. And what is the intrinsic activity? Intrinsic activity is that the drug is able to initiate certain conformational and configurational changes to initiate or to start the effect. This is what is known as intrinsic activity. Now, agonist is the drug which possesses both affinity as well as intrinsic activity, and antagonist is the drug which possesses just the affinity but no intrinsic activity. So that's the difference between the two. Now we have, जब हम कहते हैं agonist, तो we have full agonists, we have partial agonists, we have antagonists, we have inverse agonists. Full agonist means they will bind to the receptor, will be able to produce the effects. Partial agonist, that they will, despite of the binding to the full capacity, they are not, their response is less than the maximal, yani their response is partial as compared to the full agonist. Antagonist, it binds to the receptor but do not activate them. Now basic बात क्या हुई कि receptor occupancy हो गई लेकिन वो effect कोई produce नहीं हो रहा. So this is, they inhibit the binding of the other agonist. Then we have another type of the activity which we label as inverse agonist. Now inverse agonists, they reduce the activity of receptor by inhibiting their constitutive activity. ये constitutive activity जो है इसको हम दोबारा से भी बताएंगे, लेकिन अभी भी मैं बता देती हूँ कि इनवर्स एगोनिस्ट, हम एक तरफ से कह रहे हैं कि ये इनवर्स एगोनिस्ट है, तो ये एक्टिविटी जो है व्हाई इट इज प्रोड्यूसिंग द इफेक्ट्स व्हिच आर ऑपोजिट टू एंटागोनिस्ट, opposite to agonist. Reason being, we know up till now that the receptor is going to show the activity only once the ligand binds to the receptor. But there are certain receptors in the body which have an appreciable amount of activity without the binding of ligand, and this activity which is present in some receptors without the binding of the ligand is known as constitutive activity, and it is this which makes a receptor as an inverse agonist, that once the drug binds, it is going to reduce this constitutive activity and is going to produce the effects which are opposite to the agonist. This is what is inverse agonist. Now basically, if we just try to make an overall view of drug action, we can say about the mechanism कि अभी हमने ये कर लिया कि ये सारे का सारा receptors हैं, enzymes हैं, ion channels हैं, ठीक है. So we can say that the drug can act on the cell membrane, or the drug can act on the metabolic processes going on within the cell, or the drug can act outside the cell. Let me see whether if they are. This is, drugs act on the cell membrane, drugs act on the metabolic processes within the cell, or drugs act outside the cell. अब जब हम cell membrane को करते हैं तो you should be having up cell membrane के साथ क्या क्या चीजें linked होती हैं. Number one, receptors, right? So the drug can act on the receptor, could be agonist, could be antagonist. दूसरी क्या चीज होती है जो cell membrane के साथ linked होती है बेटा? Membrane bound enzymes and pumps. आपने sodium potassium ATPase, ठीक है? This is where the action of cardiac glycoside is. Then we have amine pumps which are going to be which monitor or which control the release of the amines from exterior to interior or from interior to exterior. So they are the amine pumps. So membrane bound enzymes and pumps, they can also give us the effect. Number 3 पे क्या है? In the cell membrane क्या होता है? There are certain channels which are allowing the passage of ions. For example, we have the ion channels which are controlling the release of the calcium. So they are again present in the cell membrane. हमारे पास क्या है? Calcium channel blockers हैं. वो channel को block करेंगे and the calcium will not be able to move. Then we have the physico-chemical interaction. अब physico-chemical interaction से क्या मुराद है कि कुछ दवाइयाँ जो हैं बेटे, they act on the lipid, protein or water constituent of the nerve cell membrane. And the commonest example is your general anesthetic and your local anesthetic. They have got action on the lipid and protein and the water constituent of the cell membrane. दूसरा क्या चीज होगी कि जो the drug can produce its action by acting on the metabolic processes within the cell. Number 1 हमने 2 दिन पहले पढ़ा था enzyme inhibition. When the drug has the ability to inhibit the enzyme, we have got long list of the drugs which are used in therapeutics and their mechanism is based on enzyme inhibition. Then there are again, we can inhibit the transport processes that carry the substances across the cell. अब वो कैसे है? जो अभी हमने solute transporters पढ़े हैं 2-3 दिन पहले, उनको अगर एनायनिक ट्रांसपोर्ट को हम ब्लॉक कर सकते हैं, कैटायनिक ट्रांसपोर्ट को ब्लॉक कर सकते हैं. एंड yesterday if you remember I gave you the example of blocking the anionic transport and I mentioned the drug with the name of probenecid. I said that this is the drug which rides the same transporter on which the penicillin is transported. So this is the drug which is going to block, it is going to retain the penicillin in the body and is going to increase the excretion of uric acid from the tubules. This is basically a drug which is going to block that transport process. Then कल ही मैंने दोबारा भी बताया था कि क्या जहाँ जब हम 2 दिन पहले पढ़ रहे थे सुइसाइड इनहिबिटर्स, अगर याद हो तो आई सेड दैट 5-fluorouracil जो है दैट टेक्स द प्लेस in the sequence of metabolism which is going on for the production of the purines. There it takes the place of uracil and it blocks the further progression of the disease, right? Then we have the antimicrobials, antibiotics. Once we will study those antimicrobials, you will come to know that these drugs, they have the ability to act on the processes which are specific to the microorganism. जैसे कि again taking the example of penicillin, it's a cell wall synthesis inhibitor. Now there is no cell wall in human cell. Cell wall सिर्फ microorganism में होती हैं. तो obviously this drug is selectively toxic to the microorganism only, right? Then other way in which the drug can act is drugs act outside the cell. अब आउटसाइड द सेल में क्या है, नंबर 1 आ गया, डायरेक्ट इंटरेक्शन हो रहा है, चिलेटिंग एजेंट्स हैं जैसे आपके एंटासिड्स हैं, दे आर कमिंग इनटू डायरेक्ट इंटरेक्शन. देन वी हैव ऑस्मोटिक डायूरेटिक्स, वी हैव ऑस्मोटिक परगेटिव्स. Like osmotic diuretic is mannitol and osmotic purgative is magnesium sulfate. Now these drugs and the water in which they are dissolved, both they do not get absorbed, they simply produce the changes and those changes are responsible for the ultimate effect of diuresis and purgation in the respective areas. So with this I finish today's lecture and tomorrow inshallah we will continue some of the receptor explanation and then the further other targets like enzymes. Again that second target of drug action which is enzyme, that is pretty important, and tomorrow inshallah ta'ala I will discuss with you and hopefully you go through the section yourself and try to make up your own at least understanding so that we are able to carry the subject further. Thank you very much for the patience.